Hello, and welcome to the Reseller Podcast, brought to you by Reseller Assistant, hosted by Thrifty on a Dime, aka me, Samantha. I am a nurse as well as reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Thrifty on a Dime for some great tips and motivation for your life. This podcast is sponsored by ResellerAssistant.com, and they have helped me scale my Poshmark closet tremendously. I have created this podcast to help others who are trying to make some money, whether it be part-time or full-time, or maybe just some vacation cash. Because let's face it is hard to get ahead with the 40-hour work week. Or maybe you're just looking for more freedom to be at home with your loved ones. Well, keep listening because I'm going to be having some amazing content to help you achieve this. Poshmark is a site that I started selling on first. It is an amazing app that now allows a website version to list items to sell on. It used to be strictly women's items, but now they allow men's, kids, and even home decor. I have scaled my closet from just a few listings to more and more every single month. For some, that can be intimidating, thinking they need hundreds of followers or hundreds of items to make a sale, and that is just not the case. You can have just a few followers but be active and still make sales. Let me take you through some steps to get the hang of the app, what you should list to start off with, and then some steps to make more sales on Poshmark. If you aren't already on the app, be sure to download it today and use code ThriftyOnADime when signing up, and I will come welcome you to the app. Okay guys, let's start with the basics of Poshmark and what Poshmark exactly is. Poshmark is a site that allows you to list things, new or used, that you may not want anymore, or if you're a business and just trying to list things to sell. The first step would be to create an account. The best part, this is free to do. They only take a small fee after an item sells. If you're new to Poshmark, after downloading it, don't forget to use code ThriftyOnADime to get Posh credit, and they will alert me to come check out your closet. Now that you have created your own Poshmark closet, it is time to create your very first listing. Creating your first listing can be confusing, but I promise it isn't hard after you get used to where all the buttons are. On the app, at the bottom of the home screen, you can find tabs. From the left to the right, the tabs say Feed, Shop, Sell, News, and then your closet name is the furthest on the right of the screen. You'll use the Sell tab that's directly in the center to create your very first listing. Now, when creating your first listing, I would have the pictures already taken so that you can just click the file folder and list quickly versus using the actual camera inside the app to take pictures of your listings that you're wanting to do. After you have added the pictures that you want, you'll go to the next step of the listing, and this will be creating a title, description, and then entering some information like sizing, category, and etc. I will say that the title is the most important. You don't want the title just to say red shirt. Instead, try to use keywords such as free people, red, bell arm, blouse. And if you have room to add the size, then add the size. I personally copy the title and paste it into the description, then follow that up with armpit to armpit measurements and length. I know some people add more measurements than this, but honestly, I haven't seen a difference in my sales from adding measurements or not. This just saves you some time just in case you have that one person who wants to ask about measurements, but for me, this is a rare occasion. Now you have created your first listing. It can be viewed live by clicking the bottom right tab, which is your closet username, and this will bring up your closet and your active listings. Poshmark is a social app, so after you have your listings up, for more exposure, you should share your listings. Sharing isn't always important if you have an item that is hot or in style. Sometimes it will just sell just by sitting in your closet, especially if you took good photos. The best way to share is to click the item, Then at the top right, you're going to click Edit, Next, then List. This will push your item back to the top of the newsfeed as well as category it is listed under, thus creating more exposure for your item. Sharing can get intimidating, especially if you have a ton of items. For me, I now have 956 active listings. And for me, it is just impossible to share all my items 3 times a day by myself. With this being said, I found a company a year ago that I was leery at first of trying just because I'm very passionate about my Poshmark closet. And I didn't want to mess anything up. But I was willing to give them a try from their reviews and chatting with them. Reseller Assistant has been a blessing to find. They use real people to be your virtual assistant, and they will either share your items, share other people's items, or do follows for you. Being that they use real people, this is allowed by Poshmark, and this helps me save time for family or to get more items listed. I made 3 sales my very first day using them, and I have consistent daily sales as well. If you want to go check them out and decide to use them, don't forget to use code ThriftyOnADime to let them know how you found them. Now that we have got the social aspect out of the way, in a simple but effective way to make more sales as far as the Poshmark app goes, it is important to know how you will do shipping after the item sells. You will get a notification on the app, but you will also get an email to the email you provided when signing up. In this email, it will contain a shipping label that is pre-generated by Poshmark. All you have to do is print it off and put it on your packages. A question I get a lot is, what do I use for my packaging? You can buy your own polymailers on a site like eBay or Amazon, but you can also get a ton of free supplies from USPS, either in their store or also online. Because Poshmark is all priority mail, you are able to use their free priority mail shipping materials. You can get these by visiting their site or going into their store and just asking them if they don't have any out in the common area. I also like to use free shipping supplies as far as getting them from work or other companies that are throwing away boxes. So all these boxes would be allowed too. Some people will include a small thank you card or even a gift. And this is completely up to you and how you want to run your closet. I will say from experience that this did not change my ratings. Occasionally, I would have some leave a love note, which is basically a review, and say thank you for the gift. But honestly, I wasn't getting any more from when I was just packaging the item safely and keeping it secured. I still got great reviews with or without including a gift or handwritten note. So that would be completely up to you and how you want to do it. Now, after you have sold an item, then shipped it, you wait for your item to get delivered to the buyer. You will get paid either after the buyer rates your item or 3 days after delivery of the item. So don't worry, I know not all buyers rate their sellers, so you will still get paid either way. The money then will be released to your closet. And if you want to check your balance, you will go to the app, click the bottom right tab, which is your closet name, and this will bring up a list to choose from. On that list, click the top right dollar symbol. Here you can see your credits, pending balance, and redeemable balance. Click your redeemable balance, and this will allow you to select your bank account or a paper check. For me personally, I use my bank account because it is much faster. Now that should cover everything to get you started on the app. It's time to go raid your house and closet to find some things you're wanting to get rid of and try out the Poshmark selling platform. I would definitely recommend to everyone to find things around your house or from loved ones first to get used to how the app works and taking pictures to get a better idea of listing as well as the Poshmark app. You don't need a fancy lighting kit, simply use daylight. And the best daylight for pictures I find is between 9 and 11 a.m., as well as 5 to 7 p.m., which is current spring and summer hours. The main thing you need to focus on before listing is having an area that is not clogged up with clutter. Taking detailed pictures, so pictures that may show any flaws, display anything unique about the item's true color. Have a great title with keywords describing the item and also a good price. Not too low for the market, but also not too high to deter people from checking out your item. Be active on Poshmark since it is a social app. And again, if you have over 100 items, I would recommend using resellerassistant.com to help do shares for you or even using them to help gain followers. They will help with this also. It is important to do either of these things or on your own or by hiring someone that will be using real people to help you promote your closet and items. Thank you so much for listening to the Reseller Podcast. For more tips and motivation, check me out on Instagram or Facebook at Thrifty on a Dime. I can't wait to put out more content for you guys to make the money you deserve and have the free time that you're wanting.